Welcome to the Windy City Rundown.
To draft James Connors when it comes to fantasy football because of his injury.
Uh
You ever
huh.
hear how he's injury prone?
Uh huh.
Um, but damn, if I knew he was playing the Bears every single week, I'll drop the number one over. Just no doubt, without question.
I hear you, and I get that, but it's coming from you. It's not me. Mine's low. It's from the tablet.
Oh shit.
I promise you. I told you, lower it down, man. We're getting the kinks out, guys. The Windy City Rundown here with Jose Contreras and Eric Avila with you guys, and it's just frustrating, man. It's frustrating because now we're having this conversation all over again about the Chicago Bears and what the hell that they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, what's their game plan after this? You know, like we were coming off such a big high for like what 3-4 games, even though we won like 2 of them or something, where Caleb Williams is like throwing like 100, like 300 yards a game and whatnot, throwing for like 3-4 touchdowns and whatnot. And like with these past 2 games, just felt like it just felt shitty, dude. Like it just felt like one of those like one you get the punch like you're like the air punched out of you last week with the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And then you get this crappy ass performance that you got yesterday, that where you felt like, okay, the Bears are going to turn it around because they turned around the fourth quarter, and in reality, like they haven't really done, like they really didn't do anything.
I don't know what's more crappy, the Bears or this tablet, because every time I turn it down, it goes right back. Look at the volume. Look, turn it down. Turn the volume down. It's gonna go right back to it. It's like a ghost.
What? I don't know what you did here.
I didn't do anything. It has a mind of its own. I think Sophie. I think this is your daughter's tablet.
It is.
I think she's messing with us from her mom's house.
From afar, huh?
Her mom's a Green Bay fan. I think it makes sense.
I guess you're right. Hey, look who decided to join us, man. Our boy Johnny Palayo. Johnny P, what's up, buddy? We miss you, my guy. The Patriots is the only game they have a chance at winning for the rest of the season. What do you think? Yeah? No? Maybe so?
What are you talking about?
The John, what he posts on Facebook right now, that the Bears, the Patriots is the only game that the Bears have a chance winning this whole season or for the rest of the season.
Yeah. I mean, we have a group chat together. That's what I said yesterday. I said, if you look at the Bears schedule, the remaining schedule, it's tough as fuck. You have the Vikings twice. You have the Packers twice. You have the Lions twice. You have the 49ers. You have the Seahawks. Oh, and by the way, you have the Patriots next week. That's the only win I see going forward.
Nah, the Seahawks game here at home in the middle of December, Thursday night.
It's okay. That's a toss-up.
Right.
But it all depends on what Bears team you get and what Seahawks team you get. Because if James Conner did what he did yesterday against the Bears, what do you think Kenneth Walker's going to do?
Torch us.
If James Conner looked like Barry Sanders, fuck, Kenneth Walker's going to be Walter Payton. Come on, bro. Let's be honest.
Yeah, man. I mean, bro, like this is just one of like the. Like I just feel like we're literally rinse and repeating everything all over again as Bears fans. Like nothing good changes. What did Johnny say? CMC is back, gonna run for 200 yards and 2 TDs.
It doesn't even got to be CMC. Jordan Mason's gonna do the same.
Right, he could do the same. Point, yeah, exactly.
Now, I would say this, right? I think the reason why the Bears defense against the run was so atrocious yesterday was because Montez Sweat was out.
That's right.
And it happened right before the game, so they weren't prepared for it. I feel like it was kind of a curveball the Bears was throwing, and they're like, "Damn, what are we gonna do?" You know what I mean? And they weren't prepared for it. They weren't ready for it because it happened literally right before the game.
Even before that, bro. Like they didn't have no Kyle Gordon, they didn't have no Jaquan Brisker, who they help a lot in the running game too as well, coming from the back all the way up front. You said about Montez Sweat, like I mean, they had a good amount of first starter, like on defense. There you go.
Oh, I did mute us.
Yeah.
This tablet's pissing me off.
I get you.
I think I'm just gonna get out of it.
It's all good. It just how do I say this? Like you want to find an excuse or a reason why the Bears played like shit yesterday.
Right.
But at the same time, it's kind of like they don't deserve it. You know what I mean? Or they don't deserve the fact, or they don't deserve the reasoning to be an excuse, because at the end of the day, like it's been shit. Yeah, it's been crappy. It's been the last 2 games, whatever the momentum that we had the previous 3 games, bro, like it just fell off the last 2 games. And especially because last week was a winnable game. You play like shit, you let that one go. And yesterday you didn't even decide to show up out west. I shouldn't be upset because I tallied this as a loss in the preseason rankings when we had this. I said this was going to be a trap game for the Chicago Bears.
The Cardinals. You did
for the Cardinals from the Commanders going from East Coast to the West Coast.
I'll give you that 100%.
And I shouldn't be upset, but I'm upset because we're having the same conversation that we've been having with Mitchell Trubisky and Matt Nagy and Justin Fields and Matt Eberflus, and now we're having the same fucking conversation all over again with Caleb Williams and Matt Eberflus. Like it's the circle of fucking suck, bro. Like we're literally shampooing by this shit.
I mentioned this on last week on our last episode of the JCA Sports Podcast. I mentioned it it's like the Cowboys meme where it's like it's a cycle that just says you are here,
We're going
right?
all over again.
And this is where we're at. We're
Yeah.
literally at fire the coach. You know, I mean, remember Matt Nagy last year? We were at fire Matt Nagy.
Fire Matt Nagy.
You were getting a fire Matt Nagy chance at his son's what was it?
A high school game.
High school
High
games.
school
Like,
game.
does
Fire
Matt
Nagy.
Eberflus have kids? Do we know? I mean, can we start a fire Matt Eberflus chant? I mean,
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna start.
If
That's
fire-
literally where we're at in the cycle right now. Let's fire Matt Eberflus.
It really is, and simply because like I think I've came to a conclusion yesterday that Shane Waldron isn't for a young quarterback. I honestly believe now that there's the recipe for success is getting you a young head coach with the young quarterback and let them grow together. I feel like that's the new success. You can say all you want about Mitchell Trubisky and Matt Nagy. They were kind of both the same, but he didn't draft them.
Right.
And that's been the problem with the Chicago Bears. They had John Fox, they drafted Mr. Trubisky, they brought in Matt Nagy. Matt Nagy drafted Justin Fields, let go of Mitchell Trubisky because he couldn't play the quarterback position. Brought in Justin Fields to learn for a whole entire year, which is the reason why they bought Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton got hurt the first home game of the season. I know. I was there. Justin Fields is the starter. Justin Fields almost dies in his first start against the Cleveland Browns. And then Matt Nagy gets let go. Eberflus comes in. They destroy the whole team. And now you're back at the same cycle where Matt Eberflus needs to save his job. They draft this highly touted Heisman winning quarterback. And we're at where we're at right now with the more improved team.
Yeah, it's you would think that the Bears, I guess, learn the lesson year in year out, but it seems like
They don't.
they just want to do the same thing over and over.
What's the definition of insanity?
You know, it's doing the same thing over and over. We expect a different result, and I think the Bears are just insane. The McCaskies are insane. Now,
I'm
think about
insane.
it. Virginia's pretty old, so I mean, I think it's just her brain is just deteriorating. At this
She
point.
has nothing to do with this other than her.
I mean, look,
Other than her name on the fucking team.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. If she has nothing to do with it, then I don't know what excuse to give the Bears.
It's her son that.
Yeah,
that
I
owns
guess
it,
her
you
son
know?
is just an idiot. I mean, I don't know. I guess he's just a dumbass. Let's go into the comments. My
I
boy
didn't know.
Jonathan Palaio is running rapid, and we appreciate you, my boy.
What's up, my guy?
He says Walker is going to make the Bears defense Kenneth Walker the fourth. Man, Walker is going to make the Bears defense Kenneth Walker the fourth. I don't get it.
I don't get it, but he's talking about his kid being his kid,
Oh,
his
facts.
son.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
his daddy. The Kenneth
Oh,
Walker the third is going to be
because
his
he's Kenneth
daddy.
Walker. Okay, you know what?
Yes.
That went right over my head, John. You're right. You're right.
my
You damn
God.
right. He
This
says,
guy.
"I hear you, Jose, but damn, are the Bears that bad without Sweat? Jeez, where's the panic button?" I mean, that's true.
Yes and no, but remind you again, Gordon makes a difference in the running game too as well. So does Jaquan Brisker, you know, and even what Kyle Gordon has been out, or is it Brisker? Which one of the two had the concussion? Is it Brisker?
I mean, at this point, I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's just
But I mean, him being out for a concussion for a whole month, though, I mean, it says a lot.
damn.
You know. But even then, so like it's three impactful starters that help you on the defense,
Yeah,
regardless of
I
the
guess
fact.
that's true.
You know, our boy Carlos, what's up, Carlos? He
What's
said,
up, Carlos?
Go Bears."
Yeah, go where? Go to hell at this point.
So Mitch wasn't the problem. Yes and no. We could finally admit that, right? He was the problem, but he wasn't the problem.
Who, Mitch Trubisky?
Yeah,
Okay, let's pause for a second. He was part of the problem.
he was part of the problem.
Let's
He
be honest.
he couldn't play the position.
I think we all know, and this is apparent because he went to Buffalo and he was a backup, obviously to Josh Allen. But even when he had a chance to start, what is it about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Bears throwaway quarterbacks? Like, Jesus Christ,
Mitch first, and then now Justin.
I think Mike Tomlin wants to coach the Bears so bad. I mean, you might as well, Mike.
Might as well,
take
bro.
you.
We'll take you in a
take you.
heartbeat.
But yeah,
my guy.
but he couldn't. If Mitch wasn't the problem, then why didn't he secure that job in Pittsburgh? Same for
Right.
Justin Fields. If Justin Fields wasn't the problem here in Chicago, then why is it that their backups, even in Pittsburgh, with the coach,
There's a
with a
reason.
coach that's a mile above ours, and a franchise that
Man.
all they do is win,
and know how to win.
and you know how to win.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't, you know, I get what you're saying, John. Like, it wasn't entirely their fault, but they were part of the.
They were
issue.
part of the
They
issue.
were a part of the issue.
Fields wasn't the problem. Yes and no, right?
Same
Same thing.
argument. That's why I
Same
brought it
argument.
up. Again, if Fields wasn't the problem, then why isn't he a starter in somewhere right now? And I get what you're saying. He put up great number. Well,
Yeah.
not great number. He put up decent numbers in Pittsburgh, But even Mike Tomlin looked at Justin Fields is like, I can't do anything with this guy.
It's crazy how in 2 games Russell Wilson scored half of the points that Justin Fields scored in his 5 starts.
And that's what I'm saying. Like
And that just says a lot.
and again, it would be different if Fields went to a different coach.
100%.
Newer. No, this is an established, one of the all-time greats in Mike Tomlin. And for him to do that, I'm sorry, John. I get what you're trying to do,
but it's not working. It's not going to work.
It's not going to work
because I think we all know.
Yeah,
we all know
it's not going to work.
We know that the quarterback that we have today is 10 times better than both of them previous year with quarterback experience.
I mean, yeah. It's just
he knows how to play the position.
He just can't. He just has idiots as a head coach.
That's pretty much it. He also says we need an offensive head coach.
Yeah, I agree. But here's the thing. It can't be. If we're gonna get somebody who hasn't been a head coach before, I'm all for someone like Ben Johnson. Right. At the same time, though, I just pray it's not another Matt Nagy situation where you're coming from a great head coach, right? And a great system with even better players, then you come here and it's like it's just not working.
Not the same.
I would like an established coach, someone like a Mike Vrabel, whose time is up in Tennessee.
Right.
Like every year, his team fights hard. I get this year they suck right now, but if you look at their team, they have no quarterback,
100%.
no wide receivers. I mean, Tony Pollard is probably their best player right now on offense, and even then, you're kind of looking like, damn. So, but you know damn well his team's gonna be tough.
Yeah.
You know damn well they're gonna be a hard out, and you know there's him. Who else was I talking about earlier? If you could bring in someone like Mike Vrabel, or I get it. That's shit. Someone like Lovie Smith. You know what I mean? Like, man,
even Lovie.
The Bears still haven't got it right since then.
No, right? It's weird. It's not weird. It's crazy.
It's like a curse.
It really is a curse because like you fired Lovie Smith after going 10-6, and you let him go, and then you get nothing but idiots afterwards. Mark Trestman, John Fox to save your franchise from the whole mess that Trestman left, to Matt Nagy. You get that one lightning in the bottle playoff appearance.
Yeah.
That was like uberly successful with the defense. He goes to the playoffs again 2 years later. Still doesn't pan out. Now you have Matt Eberflus, who, granted,
no, Matt Eberflus sucks. Don't.
No, wait.
Hold
No.
Eric, stop. This is what you do this to yourself, and this is what screws you over every year. Look, Matt Eberflus is a great defensive coordinator.
100%.
His defense plays hard for him. We know
100%.
this. But come on, the man is 0-18.
I get that. I get
on
that.
The road.
I get that, but you
on Sunday.
I know that, Jose.
There's more Sunday games.
That was crazy to me.
More Sunday games than anything.
I know that. But the thing is, the first year, the whole team was blown up.
Come on, bro.
What
There's no excuse this year.
There's no this year is the year that you have no excuses. But the first year, you got to admit, they blew that team up to get in the position where they're at today with the first round pick.
And for those who are saying, oh, but they have a rookie quarterback, look what the fucking Washington Commanders are doing with a rookie quarterback.
Exactly.
It's all coaching.
And Bo Nix in Denver.
Look at Bo Nix in Denver.
Right?
Hell, even Drake May,
it's sort of kind of in the 2 games, he looks kind of good. He looks like he could play great. But again, like you have to look at also in the bigger picture is like,
yes, John, for once, I'll let you finish before I go.
First year they blew up that team. No reason to win. Had no chance to win. Second year, they got a little bit of an upgrade. You can tell a little bit. They went from 3 wins to 7 wins, so that was kind of an improvement. This year's no excuse. This year's absolutely no excuse. You change your offensive coordinator, you change your defensive coordinator, you're still the head coach at the end of the day. You bring in what probably might be the most highly touted quarterback in college football today, or in recent memory, to your team, because of a trade that you made with the Carolina Panthers. And like you said, no excuse. There's no more excuses. All the excuses are done. All that is coaching. And yes, they played hard the last final games of the season. Yes, the players played for him at the end of the day. The players finally figured out that this man has limitations, and he's already exceeded the limitations of him being a head coach here for the Bears.
When the players are openly calling you out the game after the Washington Commanders, and then you come to this game and you have this crazy stat, and the stat when he's 0-18 on Sundays on the road is crazy. Like, come on. Half your games are on the road. So what does that tell you? That You can go into next season and Matt Eberflus is your head coach. You're going to be like, all right, well, we're already going to lose half the year. What's the point, right?
All of our road games must be played on a Thursday or on a Monday or even on a Saturday
to even have a chance.
To have a shot.
To even have a shot.
Yeah, exactly.
John is finally making some sense here in the comments.
It's about damn time.
Where he says Tomlin could win a Super Bowl with this roster we have today. And I 100% agree.
I agree
100%. He also said we should have got Jim Harbaugh, which I
think out of all the old head coaches out there, he's probably the only one that's more up to date, modern, because he just came back from college.
But it made sense because he was a Chicago Bear.
Yeah.
His
name
is always what I meant to say. His name has always been tied to the Bears.
To the Bears, 100%.
I think there was one year when they even asked him, he would love to come out here.
Of course.
But again, the Bears decided to keep Matt Eberflus.
100%.
And look, man, I get the Bears never once in their life, in their existence, fired a head coach mid-season, but it's time.
I've never been the one.
Look, they should have done it to Mark Trestman. They did it.
They didn't. They should have done it after the 50 burgers.
They should have done it to Matt Nagy. They did it.
They didn't.
I'm pleading that they do it with Matt Eberflus. I'm not saying Matt Eberflus is worse than those two guys. I think he's better than Nagy. I think he's better than Trestman. I think he's better than I think.
Okay. I mean, okay.
I think he's better than them too, because at least
he kept the locker room together.
No. It's just more of how great the defense is playing under him.
I mean, Nagy had the best defense in almost NFL history.
Yeah, but Nagy was an offensive guy. That was more Vic Fangio.
No, okay.
That was more Vic Fangio.
Yeah, okay.
And Mark Trestman that one year had the offense, which we thought he was an offensive guru with his first year when Josh McCown came out here and did his thing. But then you see how that panned out, right?
Yeah.
Those two guys should have been fired in my book. But this has to end. When you allow Caleb Williams to continue to play when it's 9-20, when 29-9,
there was no point to put him in the end of the
4
game.
minutes in the game.
Nothing.
Like, what is the point?
No
when
point.
the Arizona Cardinals already pulled Kyler Murray,
Yep.
what is the point?
No point.
You're not winning the game. You're not coming back.
Nope.
And his excuse was, oh well, I want the team to fight through the end, to learn to fight through the end. For what?
For what? There's no point. Like fighting at the end when you really didn't show up, no urgency, no intensity, no will to even be in the part of the game for the first 3 quarters. There's no point for you to play the last 2 minutes.
What are you teaching them other than punishing them from beating? You know what? You sucked all game. You're gonna stay out there.
Stay out there.
And if you get hurt, fuck it. No.
Fuck it.
That's literally.
I don't give a shit. That's how I felt.
Before the season started, your main thing was I want Caleb Williams to develop.
Yeah,
it's clear he's not developing.
Yes and no.
It's clear,
but it's more on the no than yes.
His development is coming just from playing games.
Yeah,
he can play He can play games under any head coach out there.
100%.
That's this coaching staff is not doing right by him. Nope. Offensively, they're not
nope.
scheming right by him.
Nope.
The line is not blocking him.
Nope.
And now you have the head coach who's not pulling him when he needs to be pulled. He should have not been out there.
100%.
So now you're questioning whether this head coach has even his health. you know what I mean? Like, come on.
I hear you, my guy.
John goes on and says, next year is cooked. We're gonna fire Eberflus, get a new head coach, an OC, and gonna spend all year trying to get it together. If it's right, it should be fine. I mean, again, look at Jaden Daniels this year. You pair him with the great system, with the great coaching staff, and you're going to see magic.
Yeah.
The difference is the Bears are like the difference. I think between if you do that, John, yes, there's going to be some growing pains, but you have a team that's already have the chemistry together. Rome Odunze is looking great. Keenan Allen's going to be gone next year, and I'm sorry for saying this, but thank God, because he was ass yesterday.
It's only one game. It's one game, but
straight booty cheeks.
Yeah, but it's only one game.
Keenan Allen. No bitches, Eric. No bitches.
Keenan Allen is actually a good security blanket for Caleb Williams when he's on the field, and you've seen that. You saw that. Like Keenan Allen, when times get tough on third down, he's been there for
drops. The drops were atrocious.
Yesterday was just a horrible game.
The guy can't get open and say Rome Odunze was a star, but when you see Rome Odunze and you see what he's able to do,
oh yeah, he could be lights out. He could be easier number 2. And we spoke about this.
You all know it's not a secret. The Chargers are my secondary team.
Yeah, you're fake as hell.
Okay, so you know how I feel about Keenan. I was very happy and excited to get him, but it's called spade a spade. At least up until this point, he had one good game. Otherwise, ass,
Two,
ass,
two,
ass,
two,
bro.
two.
He had one good game
Because he's been hurt for 3.
right before the bye. Then afterwards, ass.
I mean, yesterday was just a horrible game, bro.
DJ Moore, I look, he pisses me off sometimes, and then you could just tell he's very frustrated.
Everybody's frustrated.
Everybody's frustrated.
Everybody's fucking frustrated. Nobody's understanding the game plan from both sides of the ball, even special teams. Let's be completely honest here, bro. Like, to me, and because I was watching the game with your sister, I was saying, like, it's crazy how the Arizona Cardinals, literally the drive that they scored the first or second touchdown, I don't remember, but they literally drove 70 some odd yards all the way down the field. They got inside the 10. They threw 3 straight passes for a field goal that the Bears got called for a penalty for leverage. And they scored on a running play 2 plays later. It shows to me, or it tells me, that this team is not disciplined enough. All the personal fouls, all the fouls that the Bears have, it's mental mistakes. It's simply mental mistakes. And these guys are, I feel, yesterday felt like all these guys kind of said, what's that one saying in the NBA? 1, 2, 3 Cancun. I felt like that's what they said yesterday.
1, 2, 3 Cancun.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. I literally felt like that was the Bears yesterday. Like, they just gave that touchdown at halftime when the Bears got the field goal. Before halftime, that touchdown just demoralized the Chicago Bears. And the Bears had no answers. Shane Waldron has no answers. Matt Eberflus, granted his star defensive players weren't on the field, has no answers. Matt Eberflus is not even a head coach most of the time. He's a defensive coordinator. He's not paying attention to the game most of the time anyway. So it's the same bullshit year in and year out for the Chicago Bears. And again, we're going to go down the same bullshit, the same rabbit hole of us firing Matt Eberflus, whether if it's going to be the first time in Bears history in some point in the season or on Black Monday. We are going to find it's just going to be the same fucking story with the new name of the book. That's all it's going to be. The only difference this time is that I think we have a quarterback that could play the position and could kind of alleviate that pain for a time being. Or am I wrong? The Windy City Rundown here on Facebook and on YouTube. Guys, follow us on our new sports page, Windy City Rundown, on Instagram, on Facebook, on the YouTube, and also on TikTok, where we're going to be live most of the time too as well. We're going to put up all our videos and all our reaction videos too as well. So make sure you guys follow us, subscribe, like, and hit the little bell on Facebook to get notified when our show is live. The Windy City Rundown. Same 2 guys, same 2 bastards, just talking sports, just a new name. The link is on here on the bio too, if you guys want to join us anytime. We'll be right here. We're talking about the Chicago Bears and their, what's the right word? Pitiful? Embarrassing? Just straight up shitty loss yesterday against the Cardinals, 28-9. I was telling Jose, like, it just is the difference now. Like, even though we talk about insanity and the Chicago Bears doing the same thing over and over again, is it different now with Caleb Williams as your quarterback? Like, do you feel like he can still get it turned around if you get the right coaching staff around him? Of what you see.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
If you get the right coach staff, I agree. 100%. I think you could definitely. Yeah. Where I'm stuck is like this. Look, it's not all on Caleb Williams. It's hard for him to do anything. It's just in a year that's supposed to be so important for him. You know, his rookie year in the NFL. It's like you want to do better by him, and you just kind of hope. Maybe it's just how do I say this? The trauma. Maybe it's just the trauma. Because again, Eric, it's almost like we get this every single year.
Even when you go far back with Jay Cutler, bro, and all the different offensive coordinators that he had year in, year out. You know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, look, we don't want the cycle to keep repeating. That's basically it.
It's gonna repeat.
Well, I'm talking about as far as like we continue to bring different offensive coordinators,
But it's gonna
no
repeat.
line,
It's gonna
and
repeat.
then we just waste his years away, or he gets hurt, and it's like
I think the little light at the end of the tunnel is what I'm about to say, right? The little light at the end of the tunnel is the fact that Ryan Poles is a football guy. We never had football guys in that GM position. So that's one shining light, right?
Yeah.
I think out of his whole entire draft picks, he's probably hit on 50, 55, 60% of his draft picks. So that says something. You're not going to be 100%, 80%, 90% on your draft picks. You're not.
Yeah.
You're not. So I see that. I also see Caleb Williams playing the position because there was a few plays yesterday that he's trying to run out. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that just to get something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And even though he's running for his life, he's still trying to create something with his eyes downfield and not jetting for like 5-6 yards. He's getting his ass kicked. Excuse me. So I do believe that Ryan Poles does see a problem.
Yeah.
On the line, on both lines, because I think he needs to get another guy for Montez Sweat. He needs to get, I don't know, 3, 4 new guys on the offensive line.
A whole new line.
I mean, you're not lying. Other than Darnell Wright, everybody's job is up for grabs.
I mean, Tevin Jenkins is good when he's healthy. It's just
100%. You just can't stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
No, yeah, you're right.
And the best ability is availability, and they don't have it right now. So,
hey, bro, it's just embarrassing how like. To me, it felt like the Cardinals were getting there every single play and every single down for Caleb Williams. Like Caleb Williams had no time. Like 1 minute, it's like that. It's like Stewie from Family Guy. He gets the ball. Shit. Like the ball gets hiked and he's running backwards to run away from his life to save his life. Like Caleb Williams is just getting pressured left, right, center, even behind. And it's like we know that the problem is there. We all probably seen the problem. We're all excited and happy that we traded a 4th round pick for Keenan Allen. We got this cute little pick. We got a punter from Iowa in the 4th round. We got Austin Booker in the 5th round that we have to trade away some draft picks from last year to get in this year. And yet the same bullshit, the same thing happens where there's no offensive line help whatsoever. And then you pay pennies for guys who are just off the streets in being your offensive lineman, your center, your guards. You get a 5th round, 6th round draft pick in Larry Borom from a couple years ago, and he already maxed out what he could do.
Yeah, man. Look. Obviously, we all know that Ryan Poles has to do his thing and
100%
revamp the O line.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, Keenan Allen's gone next year, so maybe you draft a wide receiver in the later rounds. Unless
there's no need. Well, there's no need, Jose. There's no need
in the later rounds.
There's still no need.
You still need a wide receiver.
You got 2.
Right, but you need more than 2.
You got Tyler Scott. What's the whole point of you having him last year?
No comment.
Like I mean, wide receivers are dime a dozens, bro. Like
okay, all right. Well, if you don't draft one, then just bring one in the free agency. It doesn't have to be a big name.
You still need a lot of help on the line, bro. I would feel more comfortable if you get 3 offensive linemen, 1 defensive lineman, and then that's your free agency. And in the draft, you draft as many offensive linemen and defensive linemen, probably even another corner or another safety for all I care. Like build within the trenches to win, because that's how you win. You win within the trenches. And I personally, that's what I rather want than getting another wide receiver or getting another running back. Drafting another tight end. You already have one, which is another thing that pisses me off. That Cole Kmet cannot even get 1 single fucking catch in 2 games.
Bro, I have him on my fantasy team.
I dropped him.
You know how pissed I was?
I didn't drop him, but I picked up Cotton from the Buccaneers.
Tight ends are dime a dozen, man.
Not really, but
no. I mean, they're opposite of them. They're hard to come by.
They're
hard to come by. So I don't want to drop him because the Bears start fucking using him, then he's gonna go off, right? Which, by the way, whoever's in the league we're in, I'm looking for a tight end. I have Josh Downs. If you want him, so we're number 1 wide receiver, man, in Indianapolis. It's Flacco's favorite target.
I'm trying to think who I have on that league for fantasy.
I have me and Paulina have an agreement that but we're waiting for the week after next because the person she may have is in a bye week. So there's talks,
I think I got Brock Bowers.
You want
Definitely
Brock
not.
Bowers? Okay, well then.
definitely not. The
All
fuck.
right, well, whatever. All right, let's move on. Let's go into the next
Zulu
game.
says arriba los Packers who lost yesterday and look more like ass than anything, but whatever.
Man, the Packers are still better than the Bears, bro.
I don't give a shit. Fuck no. I can never say that.
Gotta give credit to where's credit's due. All right, Bears Patriots next week. What do you guys have? What do we have, Eric?
A miracle. An Arsenal game at 11:30. That's what I got.
Look,
Oh no, it's international week.
Drake May looks pretty good. I wouldn't chalk it up as a dub. I am going to pick the Bears because I'm toxic, and I feel like this is the excuse me. I feel like this is the only time I get to pick the Bears for the rest of the season. So I'm going to pick the Bears for that note and that note only. I'm going to say Bears 17, Patriots 10.
As I'm trying to fix my headset here and trying to find a comfortable way to put them on, I don't know where I'm going, bro.
Bro, you don't gotta explain.
Man.
Just give us a total so we can move on because we got 15 minutes.
The Bears are at home.
Yep. Right. They're not on the road.
They're not on the road on a Sunday.
They're not on the road on a Sunday. Okay, so we have a shot.
We have a shot here. 55%. The last time I saw the spread, I think the Bears are 6.5 favorites of the Patriots. It makes sense. I mean, I guess. I mean, I have no choice but to pick the Bears. There's no point in me picking the Patriots. I don't. On paper, the Bears are better, and that's all I have to say. And I really do believe that Matt Eberflus is probably coaching for his life. What do you think? What's up, Tony? Stop smoking. The Bears are not winning another game. That's it. 4 games is their top. This is their max.
I mean, it is what it is. The Patriots. Look, they're going to beat the Patriots, right? But that's it, and that's it.
So what you're telling me is the Bears are closer to another top 10 pick than picking outside of the top 10?
Yeah, we're not even going to be that bad. There's a lot of 2-win teams out there. So we're not even.
It doesn't matter. You have to be in the top 10.
We're probably going to be in the top 10. We're going to be middle, basic as fuck.
A strong 6.
Do you trust Ryan Poles? I don't know. We'll see.
I trust Ryan Poles. I
mean, he's the one who decided to keep Matt Eberflus. So
I mean, yeah,
it starts with him.
it does start with him.
So I don't know. All right, so we both got the Bears. We agree.
At the Bears 9-7.
All right, 9-7 Bears. There you go. That's probably more. That's probably more realistic than 17-10. All right, Eric. As you can see on the rundown,
Fuck you and the Packers, Sulu. How about that one?
rookie race,
And it's losing with 1-0.
Jaden Daniels is probably going to be rookie of the year. Yes or no?
It sure does to be looking that way. Yes.
Yeah, I don't think. Look, as great as Caleb Williams we think he can be. It's just this year is not for him.
It's not for him.
It's Caleb Williams' year. I mean, it's Jaden Daniels' year. It's his race to lose.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr., who's somebody we were all highly touted. I mean, the potential is there.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's not going as well as Arizona. As much as I guess people want him to, as much as he would probably want.
Right.
But he'll get it going. I mean, it's not really up to him. You know what I mean?
Right.
It all depends on his quarterback and who's throwing to him. Would you say you'll put Marvin Harrison over Caleb Williams in the race? If Jaden Daniels is clear-cut number 1, who's number 2?
I'm not really a hot take person.
So
That's not my thing.
So it has to be Caleb Williams, right?
It's not really my thing.
We're not overthinking it.
No, we're not.
All right, so Caleb Williams number
But
2.
I wouldn't put Caleb Williams at number 2.
Who are you putting at number 2?
Bo Nix.
You okay? I mean, that's a good one. Bo Nix is a good one.
Bo Nix is number 2.
If
Bo
you're
Nix number 2.
If you're putting Bo Nix above Caleb Williams, it's pretty sad.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, he's been performing. We only got 3-4 weeks of Caleb Williams playing good, and most of everything else has been very lethargic, very bad, very not demure. You know,
demure. It's because it's because the O-line's not demure.
and the coaching, I mean, who does Jaden Daniels have? Dan Quinn, right?
Dan Quinn, Cliff Kingsbury as
as OC, and
Bo
in
Nix has
Denver,
Sean Payton.
I mean,
yeah,
offensive guru right there.
You're right.
So it's like, and Caleb Williams has Shane Waldron, ass,
Cheeks.
cheeks, caca, shit. So I mean, it's not really a hot take, but it's a take that we kind of really think about it and looking at the big grand picture of things. Like Bo Nix has been outperforming Caleb Williams.
All right, so if the Saints can fire Dennis Allen, why can't the Bears fire Matt Eberflus?
That's a good question, bro, and I don't understand that. And then Tony says he's watching the game now. This team looks. I mean, it makes it look so easy. I'm pretty sure he's watching the Bucks and the
Right.
Chiefs right now. So
I mean, if you look at both teams, they're both great.
they're both pretty great. I don't understand it. I mean, look, I'm probably one of the guys that there's a few professional sports that you can't fire a coach in the middle of the season, dab in the middle of the season, because of the dynamic of the overall sport.
Well, apparently the Bears feel the same way, and they've never done it.
Right, they've never done it in their history, and I don't understand. That's still baffling me. Why? Because there's been many times that the Bears had bad quarterback or bad head coaches, and they never fired them. I don't know why. If there's a time and a place to change, because like you kind of felt like the tide kind of changed a little bit with Ryan Poles doing something completely different, right? Like, and if the thing is like, if you do it now, what difference does it make? Is the real question.
So I think
do you get that manager's bounce last 8 games of the season
before this year? I think you would. This year has been like one of those weird years where like when the Jets fired Robert Saleh, you're like, you know what? They're the Jets are going to come back.
Yeah, but
and then they've been asked.
Yeah, but the Jets have
the same with the Saints. I mean, they fired Dennis Allen. I still don't think they're going to come back and win.
No. But the thing is like that at least the Jets have an MVP Super Bowl winning quarterback that could just find a way and turn it on, and then they become dangerous.
I get it, but we have a number 1 overall pick. Somebody who's
but that's a number 1 overall rookie. That's a rookie. That's a rookie. You're not gonna put your hands and your life savings on a rookie.
I'm just saying, man.
But you're not saying anything other than you think that this guy is like an MVP Super Bowl caliber winning quarterback that's coming out of college.
You have number 1 pick.
Yeah, but it's not that, Jose. Like, you're not doing that for a rookie. You're not doing it for a rookie.
I get it. I'm stirring the pot.
I can see that, and you're sounding stupid.
I'm stirring the pot, bro. Relax. What's next on the agenda, man?
Tony says this will happen if they lose on Sunday. I mean, who's the running back for? I got Ramondre Stevenson, bro. I am starting him on every single fantasy football team that I have, and I have him in 3, in 4.
I'm starting every running back against the Bears every single time.
I'm even getting the backup Gibson for the Patriots.
That's a good point.
It's crazy, bro. Like if they can't stop the run game, if they can't stop anything, if the offense doesn't show up,
if Sweat comes back, they'll be fine.
They'll be better than giving up 250 yards.
I think they'll be all right.
They'll give up 200 yards.
Yeah, but for sure, Ramondre Stevenson touchdown. Put that on your parlay.
Put that on your parlay and over 60, 70 yards.
I wouldn't say that, but we'll see.
I would definitely say first run.
All right, Eric. What if scenario with the Chicago Bulls? So earlier in the offseason, we've seen a trade between them and the Thunder. Alex Caruso going to the Thunder for our boy Giddey.
Our boy. Now he's your boy now all of a sudden?
We were highly upset when this trade happened. I'm not gonna lie. We were kind of like, what the fuck is going on here?
I was mainly more upset for what the trade was.
I mean, I think you were more upset that we didn't get more for Alex Caruso.
Exactly.
At the same time, I did say, looking at stats, I did say, you know what, Giddey can potentially be a better offensive player, and our offense potentially gotten better. And I was right, because Giddey has been for sure offensively better stat wise for the Chicago Bulls and Alex Caruso. Now we all know what Alex Caruso brought to the Bulls. We all know what he's bringing to the Thunder. But what if, Eric, this trade ends up being a good trade for the Bulls? It's looking like that so far. I get it's early in the season. We don't know how it's going to play out. But what if the trade we criticized before the season even started pans out for the Chicago Bulls?
For what?
I don't know. You okay? So I guess I got to give you an example here. Let's say Josh Giddey can be a potential key piece for this Bulls moving forward. And if they're rebuilding, whether that's them keeping him and he's continuing to play in this way, and or with him playing so well, they
Mhm.
trade him for something that can bring. Either way, it's a win.
What you're selling me is he's either here for the future or he's here for trade assets.
I
is
mean,
what you're
I mean
saying.
that's like just like every like. Let's be honest. Alex Caruso, we all know what he was, right?
Right.
I think I think we would have wanted the Bulls to trade him because we know the Bulls aren't doing shit. They're going to be they should be rebuilding,
Right.
and he should have been a key asset to trade,
100%.
right?
Uh-huh.
They traded him for
Uh-huh.
Giddey,
Uh-huh.
so now we need the same thing for Giddey. Either he's going to stay and produce as he has been producing, helping this team in the future, or we trade him to a contending team that's looking at it. You know what? We could use that offense and bring back pieces, trade assets, values that we can either flip in the future or help this team going forward.
There's no way.
It's very possible.
There's no chance in hell that the Bulls are trading Giddey. No way in hell.
Come on.
No way in hell.
If they could trade Caruso, they could trade.
Are you really telling me right now that the Bulls that trade away a 30 some odd year old Alex Caruso for a 21-year-old that still has life left in the NBA?
No, I get it. That's what I'm saying. So it's either or scenario.
And,
right?
and so what you're telling me is, so the end game is he gonna be in this team that so far is somehow, some way 500? Playing 500 basketball.
I don't think this team, the way it's constructed, is gonna get us anywhere. Eventually they're gonna have to rebuild.
It's pissing me off that they're winning these amount of games.
It's gonna blow up in their face eventually.
100%.
Okay. I don't know why Carson Novas is looking at this team like I'm trying to get this team to compete when he knows damn well they're not going to compete. When you have a Zach LaVine-led team, I don't care what team it is. If he is your leader, if he is your star player,
you're not going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. We all know
you're not going anywhere.
Right. So it's better off to rebuild.
100%.
Right. The reason why Zach LaVine isn't gone from the team is because a lot of teams don't want to take on that contract. So
for him to be your third, fourth best option on your team.
Exactly. So that being said, right, it's gonna blow up in their face eventually.
Ooh.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Ooh.
So if
Ooh.
if they could trade Giddey, like you said, who has a lot of life in the NBA, who has been showing
makes no sense
under the right coaching staff, they could flip him. It's a good trade. It's a win. Yes or no?
Definitely not. Tony says here, I'm going to be honest, as long as the fans keep going to the games and supporting the team, the owners are going to keep doing what they're doing. The Cubs over $2 million a year, the Bears selling out, and the Bulls over $25,000 a game. Only the only fans that won't take this crap are Sox fans.
Sox fans have been taking it in the ass for so long.
And that's because their owner's a piece of shit.
Jerry Reindorf fucks the shit out of you guys.
Exactly. That and I only get it one side with the Bulls. That's all I got. Look,
Reinsdorf is he's sticking it in the ass, and he's going to the Bulls fans and just
doing the same thing.
Like,
I'm doing the same fucking thing.
That's why I stopped watching.
Look, Tony,
I don't watch Bulls games.
It's hard to watch the Bulls game now because you need an antenna to watch the Bulls game.
I'm low key boycotting the Bulls. Like I'm keeping tabs.
You're me and you are on the same boat.
You know what I mean?
I've only pitched and just watched the Bulls or heard the Bulls because you can't watch them. Heard the Bulls here and there and whatnot. The thing is, Jose, and Tony does bring up a good point to a certain degree, right? The one thing I would say is that the White Sox, I don't understand. I mean, the White Sox have been doing a good job of not going and protesting this team this past year. It is the first time, and they should have done it for years and whatnot. It is what it is. I have no fandom. No, the only thing I do about the White Sox is talk shit. So I am the last person to even comment about the White Sox. I would say about the Chicago Bulls, he's right. The Bulls, everybody keeps going to these games. Why? Because for God knows reason.
Well, they're always like the top five.
They're always in the top in attendance. And that's the reason why I don't understand why.
I understand.
If there's no product,
let me break
there's no product whatsoever.
Let me break it down for you.
Break it down.
Just like Wrigley Field is a historic landmark in Chicago.
Love it.
People are always going to go. There are always going to be people in seats. The Chicago Bulls is similar in that fact in Chicago because of Michael Jordan, because it was the house that Jordan built,
100%.
because you see the banners, because 100%. You see the jerseys, whatever, the lore, the championships in the concourse, the statues.
The United Center has aura.
there's aura. There's always going to be aura because of the championships in the 90s.
100%.
People are gonna, even like if you're in Chicago, if you don't normally come to Chicago, you see there's a Bulls. Like, you know what? I want to go see the Madison. I mean, I want to go see the United Center. I want to go see everything that the allure, the aura that the Bulls have with Jordan. I mean, we'll catch a game. It's always electric. The team's ass, but I mean, it's a good time. So it's always going to be a good time. Tickets aren't that bad either. I mean,
like $50 a game or something.
I mean,
like
if
that.
you're bored of the date night, let's just go see the Bulls. I mean, it's something like that because it's always been like that
for years.
Yeah. It's never really going to change.
I get you.
You know what I mean? Like half the people that go to the United Center, they don't give a fuck. If the Bulls are losing, they're like, okay, whatever. But now if the Bulls are winning, you'll see that it's electric. They'll cheer.
The fans will be into it.
They'll be into it.
Yeah.
But that's because Chicago fans or just Chicago people in general are
diehards.
Are
like
diehards.
they love their teams.
Well, they're passionate.
They're passionate about their teams.
They're passionate.
As for the Bears, I mean, you only get 8 games a year.
Right.
You only get 8 games, and the 8 games in hope. I think once they sell you the hope, you're hooked, because football holds so much. And we talked about this. Football it holds a lot because you only get very little of these games. You get 17 of them. 8 of them are at home. The rest are on the road, unless if you take a road trip.
And the Bulls themselves do a good job in creating an entertainment value in the game.
Benny the Bull's great.
Benny the Bull's great. The video package they give you is great. The intro is great.
My DJs at Power 92 are great.
The DJs that are there are great. That's what I'm saying. It's a good time. It's a good time. It's just like, you're just watching ass.
Yeah, and that's what he says right here. Yes, I get it, but we the real friends are tired of this crap. 100%.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm not watching the Bulls. Like, the only reason why I keep up with the Bulls is because where I work at, the guy that I'm with, that's training me, he's an avid Bull. He's an avid basketball fan.
Yeah,
and he's one of those diehard Bulls fans. But I just keep one eye open on the stats and just keep reading on what they say. And
we're Bulls fans, so it's okay for us to.
I got to February 6th,
and then what?
I may switch teams.
And what? You give me so much shit.
Here's the thing.
No.
Nope.
I brought this up at one point.
Nope.
In the JCA Sport podcast in the past, I said
here's the thing.
If I end up giving up on one of my teams, you said you're fake as fuck.
Yeah. And the Bulls have literally got me there.
So now you get where I was coming from.
Where you're coming
the
from.
Bears, year in and year out, get me to that level, Eric.
I might get.
That's why I have the chart.
I might use the
it's like, look.
See, but the thing is,
hold on.
No.
Let me just break it down for the fans who haven't seen this before.
I got you.
I'm a very faithful man. Okay?
Not really.
I'm a very faithful man. I love my girlfriend Paulina Martinez.
Of that part you are.
Yeah, I'm a very faithful guy.
That
However, now when it comes to my sports teams, right, I'm also faithful. I'm also very faithful.
No, you're not.
But
don't lie to us. Don't
no,
lie.
No.
Do not lie. Do not lie to our audience.
No, I'm dead ass. I am faithful. However,
you can't be cheering for 2 teams.
I'm not married to them. You know what I mean?
Nah, you're bullshit. Bullshit. See, once I use
bullshit.
Here's the thing for me. Like, if I'm gonna give up on the Bulls, I'm giving it up entirely.
I
will use my sports mulligan on the Chicago Bulls and will not turn back and will not come back.
I've said this at one point though. I told you this last year. I was like, I think
yes.
I'm like, if I ever fully truly give up on the Bulls, I'm becoming a Pacers fan. Indiana has become my second home. I lived in Indiana since I was in 8th grade. Since 8th grade.
Congratulations.
I live in Indiana now.
Congratulations.
I love Indiana. I could say I'm a Hoosier.
Yeah.
I would claim myself to be a Hoosier.
February 6th, guys. February 6th, either Jerry Reinsdorf sells the team or Zach LaVine gets traded.
If
they don't, then my fandom for the Bulls will be over.
There's no way.
There's a way, bro. I'm tired. I am tired, bro.
We are putting a countdown.
We could. In all my years of being a Bulls fans, I was 6 and 7 years old when the Bulls won the title.
This is good.
After that, bro,
the
Bulls have been nothing but mediocre and booty cheeks.
I'm not gonna lie. Part of me wants you to give up on the Bulls because you know how much we could literally do a show of you picking your next team.
And this is why I have the dry erase board right there. I need to find teams. All other 29 teams are available.
Don't give up. Even if you have a team in your head, don't say it.
I don't have a team in mind.
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Okay, here on the Windy City rundown. This is what we're gonna do. February 6th.
February 6th.
Eric will make a decision whether he's going to give up on the Bulls or not.
No, I am literally putting it out there. If the Bulls do not trade Zach LaVine, I am giving up my fandom for the Chicago Bulls.
Okay, there you go. We have it. We have it here.
You guys have it right
now,
here on tape.
Okay, now with that being said, the
With that
rest of the way,
The rest of the way,
the rest of the season, we are going to find you a new team.
we're gonna find myself a new team.
I'm so excited.
I literally put that out there. I'm using.
Let's do it.
I'm putting up my sports mulligan because I see no future in the Chicago Bulls for the next 5, 10, 15 years, bro. I don't. I really
I'll
don't.
tell you what, the only reason why I'm not there yet, and I know I've said it before, right? And I have said it, like, the only reason why I'm not there to really do that yet is because of my love for the Derrick Rose Bulls.
Yeah, of course I do too.
Right?
But the thing is, you still had that hope and aspirations that the Bulls will win a championship with that team. I grew up and matured seeing that they weren't going to win. Even after the injuries, even after he came back, even the Jimmy Butler and the one thing that pissed me off of the Chicago Bulls, and this is where it started, is when Garpax came out and says we're going to get younger and athletic, and they got D Wade and Rajon Rondo. After that shit, bro, my fandom for the Bulls slowly started to die. And then they came up with that bullshit. And then now we are where we're at. You can say now, even though Jimmy Butler is no longer with the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Bulls lost that trade because of what he has become.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Once what he has become outside of that.
Well, think about it this way.
There's no way to think about it.
No, but just hear me out.
There's no.
Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out, but no.
Had we not given up on Lauri Markkanen, they could have won that trade. No, they could have won that trade because Zach LaVine with Lowry,
yeah, but they didn't have the right pieces around him to do so.
No. They lost the trade. I'm not arguing there.
Okay,
I'm just saying they maybe not even won, but the trade could have been a lot better. It's another what if scenario. What if the Bulls would have kept? Well, we'll continue this what if segment.
And this is not bad at what if segment.
What if segment?
But I am literally gonna start. I'm gonna buy a dry erase marker and I'm gonna put all 29 other teams. All 29 teams are available.
And we'll okay. There you go.
You know, but February 6th, if the Bulls do not trade Zach LaVine, bro, I'm out. I'm done. I am done.
I've always said if I give up on the Bulls, I'm going to be a Pacers fan.
See, you have a team. I don't.
Well, again, but it has to make sense for me. Like I said, Indiana's my home. It's my second home.
All I know is Chicago.
Probably
sports.
My first home now. Who knows?
All I know is Chicago sports. So for me, this hurts because the Bulls were literally my second favorite, or was my second Chicago team that I rooted for. First, it was the Cubs, then the Bulls, then the Bears, and then whatever I have with the Blackhawks is whatever I have with the Blackhawks.
I would agree. I think the Bulls was probably my first team I rooted for as a kid because you know, we grew up in the 90s. We were born 91 for the Jordan era. It was definitely the Bulls, Cubs, Bears. I would say that for sure. Wow.
I know. Tony goes on. I'm always going to love my Cubs and the Bears, but I love to watch and follow a good team because they entertain me. I mean, I'm starting to do that with basketball. I watch other teams because I see good basketball on my TV that is not wearing red and black.
Yeah.
And he goes, the Bulls are going on 10 years plus sucking, which is true. And even though within those 10 years, it was the Derrick Rose era. It was still a little bit of that Derrick Rose era at the end. But bro, it's 10 years plus. But if you really think about it, after Jordan and Pippen and everybody left, the 2000s, from 2000 to 2008,
yeah, it was bad.
It was bad.
It was bad.
From 2008 to 2011 was the only bright side for the Chicago Bulls. After that, booty cheeks.
Yeah, man.
And here's the thing: we're gonna end the show, and I know you love the what if questions, but I do have a question for you now that we brought up Zach LaVine, bro.
Yeah.
Who's the worst loser? Zach LaVine with the Bulls or Matt Eberflus with the Bears?
And Eberflus with the Bears.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Zach LaVine has the worst record in Bulls basketball history with the losses.
That's fine. My thing is there was still a lot of good with Zach LaVine.
What?
He brought, I don't know.
What?
He brought more. I don't know.
Of what?
Maybe I'm bullshitting.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I'm trying to. Maybe
you are trying to make up an excuse.
Maybe my Bears bias, recency bias is getting to me right now. I think that's what it is. I think it's just recency bias with how pissed off I am with the Bears because this was supposed to be like
it was supposed to be a good year,
and
it hasn't.
So I would say I think that's what's giving you the answer. That's a good point. I think It's a good point. But the thing is about Zach LaVine is it's not his fault that he was pushed it as the star for the Chicago Bulls. So I would put more blame on Eberflus than I do LaVine, because at least for Eberflus, you control that narrative. For LaVine, come
you
on.
can control the narrative.
Let's say Eric,
You can control the narrative as a basketball player, my guy.
Not really. Look,
Well, yeah. No, you can't.
Think about this, Eric. Think about.
I'm looking at it.
Let me ask you.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
Try to educate me.
Okay.
Because you won't.
The job you have right now with Cintas, right?
Yep.
Let's say you're not as smart as you should be, right? However, they put you on a really good route, give you some really good money, but just mentally you're just not all there, right? Whose fault is that?
Mine.
No, because let's say you're just
because I'm not up to par.
Okay, but let's just say that's just who you are. You can't be up to par.
Okay.
Those are your limitations.
All right.
The people that put you there shouldn't be putting you there.
Right.
That's their fault. They should give you an easier route.
100%.
Right. Same with Zach LaVine. He has limitations. He can't do what superstars can do.
It's not working.
So we shouldn't have paid him. We shouldn't have gave him that spot. That falls on the front office.
And gee, I wonder who was that guy that was saying this, that we should not get.
You were right. Okay. If that's what you're looking for, you were right. But that's why I put for Matt Eberflus, for example, right? He controls that.
He does.
He controls that.
So does Zach.
You know,
Zach could make two guys better if he wanted to, but he's not that guy, and he never was that guy. He was the best player on the worst team, and it's easier to spot that.
Because again,
then when time got tough, or never mind, not tough.
But we wouldn't. The thing is about Zach is like we're criticizing him based off talent that he doesn't have. Eberflus, we're criticizing him based off decisions
that he
shouldn't be making.
I get that 100%.
Don't just take Caleb Williams out. Easy. We won't be criticizing you for that.
Yeah, true.
Last week,
no timeouts.
No timeouts.
You didn't. I don't know what the hell you were thinking. It took you to the fourth quarter to actually show it to play.
You didn't want to punish Tyreek Stevenson.
You thought
you did punish Tyreek Stevenson, and
you thought that giving up those 13 yards meant nothing before the Hail Mary.
That's what I'm saying.
Your number one cornerback told you, Coach, we should call the timeout in the situation
because you don't want to take accountability.
But yet you want to scream out accountability for all the players on your field, right? But can't take accountability upon
guys.
Got it.
I fucked up.
I fucked up.
And
you can't do that.
It is what it is.
Whatever. It's a good show. Great show. February 6th, trade deadline. Zach LaVine's still a Bull.
We're gonna
Eric Avila will no longer be a Bulls fan. And I will never turn back. I'm using my sports model again. Unlike you flip-flop. I'm not.
No, I don't flip-flop.
Shut up.
I don't flip-flop.
Shut up. Don't lie
Eric,
to us
Eric,
here, bro.
How do I flip-flop? How?
Because what you said. You said right now, you're like, oh, I'm a Chargers fan, but then I come back to the Bears.
The Bears are my primary team.
You can't have a secondary.
I haven't
have a secondary team.
Other than the red zone, I haven't watched one Chargers game. I only see what I see in the red zone.
Cannot.
When it comes to the Bears game, I turn the red zone off and I'm focused, zeroed in on the Bears game. That is my team. I'm 100% in on the Bears. Okay. The only reason why I flirt with the Chargers is just like you, how you feel with the Bulls. I was getting to a point where, like, you know what, like I low key might just be giving up on this team because every year it's the same bullshit. So I already have my secondary team. If that were to happen, at the same time, it's hard for me to do that. I just can't give up. That's why I'm really shocked that you are willing to give up on the Bulls, because I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to fully commit to a Chargers team.
It's not.
Because of my love for the Bears.
Whatever.
That's how I feel.
Fake.
That's just how I feel.
I feel some type of way for people who roots for two different teams that play in the same league. Like, to me, that's so stupid.
Come on, man.
It's dumb.
All right. So how about this?
It's dumb.
All right.
You cannot root for two teams that play in the same league.
I'll tell you what. I will give up my Chargers fandom, or
whatever you have that you so call
whatever infatuation I have with the Chargers. Okay. And be fully committed to the Bears, like I have been. Okay, I have been. Just with a little flirty text here and there. You know, like, what up, baby? How you doing? Type shit. You know,
so-called faithful.
To Paulina.
Whatever. We're not talking about serious relationships right now. We're talking about sports. No offense, comadre. I love you.
Look, yeah, I have cheated on the Bears with the Chargers for a little bit.
That's
yeah?
your fault.
It's a
See,
little one night stand type.
I
shit.
have it. I have no team, but I'm losing my love interest for a team that I rooted for since I was a little kid.
That's fine. You're ready for a divorce. I get it. You get it. They got
Sports divorce.
They got to put up or shut up. I understand.
That's 100%.
I've been there. I get it.
It's either Zach Levine or Jerry Reinsdorf. If in a perfect world, they're both gone, and I would be all right, cool. Sports mulligan, never gonna use
I
it.
don't see Jerry Reinsdorf going anywhere. So it's basically Zach Levine. They have to trade Zach Levine before February 6th, or it's a done so.
It's a done.
What if they is that the trade deadline?
That's the trade deadline.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna be so interesting.
We got literally like 2 months, 3 months,
It's gonna be
3 months.
all right. Let's end the show.
Let's end the
Gotta
show.
go.
Thank you guys for joining us, John DePlaio, Tony on here, and everybody else that was watching us. We appreciate you guys joining in the first episode of the Windy City Rundown. There's going to be more shows like this where we're going to be live for you guys. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. No, on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and Instagram too as well. Make sure also to follow us on our Spotify and Anchor app too as well. Our show is going to be on there for the audio version of it. So make sure you follow us there too as well. As for Jose Contreras, Eric Avila, I am here February 6th. It will be a great show if they don't trade Zach Levine. That will be a fun show to have. Bears, hopefully they pull off a win on Sunday. And any final thoughts, Jose?
I'm trying to figure out what day February 6th is.
I think it's on a Tuesday.
We might just have to do a show.
Look who decided to show up last minute on our show.
Who?
CP. What up,
CP?
Jeez, bro.
CP, welcome to the Windy City Rundown, man.
Windy City Rundown. New show, same bullshit. Or new name, same bullshit.
New show, new us.
New show, new us. Yeah. Bears Patriots on Sunday. February 6th is on a Tuesday, I believe, right?
It's on a Thursday.
It's on a Thursday. Yep. February 6th. If the Bulls don't trade Zach Levine, I will give up my Bulls fandom. Stay tuned for that. Hopefully it goes well. We'll see how it goes.
February 6th, if the Bulls don't trade Zach Levine, the 10th, February 10th, when we do our show on that Monday, it's gonna be a very good show.
We're gonna do like what's that one show with the roses?
Yeah, like The Bachelor.
There you go. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be me with new NBA team.
Let's do it.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have criteria. As the day comes closer, I'm gonna have a different criteria for my team that I want to root for.
There you go.
That'll be fun. For Eric Avila, Jose Contreras, this has been the Windy City Rundown.
Pilot.
The pilot episode. We'll be back next week, bigger and better. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for joining us. Until next time, we'll see you.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not.
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here?
It's about time.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
He's running like he's got a lobster down his pants, showing that he is as slippery as a bar of soap.
Like poop through a diarrhea-infected goose.
Commented about it.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not laughing about it. You think this is funny? I take this serious.
I'm not.
Real serious. I put my heart and soul into this every single week.
Are we done here? It's about time.